Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. So you'll notice in the background we got some gameplay of a game called Race the Sun that I got on Steam for free, but I think it costs money. I just got it on like the one day that it was free, so I'm gonna get my money's worth, except not really because I didn't pay anything for it, but I'll link it in the description if it looks interesting. I played it for like 15 minutes. Anyway, so today, let me just start off by saying that I know there's a lot of YouTube channels which all the people do is just talk, and I'll try not to. I'm not gonna turn into one of those channels, but I just every once in a while I gotta tell a story, okay? Because people like listening to stories. It's human nature. Like that's why the storytelling YouTubers do so well on YouTube. But anyway, so this just happened, okay? Actually, this was yesterday, but it was late at night, so I went to sleep, and I gotta tell. Yesterday at the time that I'm saying this, I don't know when it will be when I post it, probably like a couple of weeks. Anyway, so I'm coming to the time where I need to take my driver's test soon, and so I've been practicing driving, right? And I just drive, random places just to get some driving hours in, because the more you drive, the easier it becomes. Everyone kind of knows that. So I actually found out a little bit ago at an eye doctor appointment that I need glasses for like far away seeing, probably because I'm on the computer so much. That would make sense, right? Because I'm nearsighted now, which is fine. So I got the prescription, everything, and I decide I drive to Walmart with my mom, my brother, I think it was. Yeah. And so we're driving to Walmart. It's a pretty long drive from my house to Walmart because I live in the middle of nowhere. But anyway, so we drive to Walmart. We get we pick up my glasses. Had my prescription, everything, and then we buy some other useless stuff. Let's see. I bought some fabric paint so I could paint. This is a side topic, but I had this sweatshirt that says California Republic on it with like the picture of the bear. And in Fallout New Vegas, there's the NCR, the new California Republic on it. So I bought a little thing of fabric paint so I could paint new, like it is in Fallout New Vegas. I think I'm hilarious. I have one friend that will get that joke, but it will be worth it. Anyway, so we're at Walmart. I buy all my random useless stuff, and then we leave. And on the way out of the Walmart parking lot, I realized that like the car's making this really strange noise, right? So I'm like, okay, that's not normal. We're gonna go through the drive-through of Culver's, but we decided to park in the parking lot to see if there's an issue with the car. So I park in one of the wide open spots because I'm pretty bad at driving, not gonna lie, especially when it comes to parking. So I need to have like a wide open spot when I park. So I parked at like this just wide open area, and at least I think I did. And so then we got out, and it's pretty cold. It's like 7 at night, I think, or something. I don't know. And this is on a Thursday night. So we get out, and then we look around the car, and at first nothing. Oh, sorry for that background noise, by the way. My dog's just running around right now. And so at first nothing seems wrong, and then the tire. We get to the back tire, one of the back tires, and it's just the flattest tire I've ever seen in my life. And granted, I've only seen like a few flat tires because I haven't been around that long, And yeah. Okay, my dog is chewing on my chair. What the heck? But yeah, the tire's just so flat. And I'm like, okay, this is a small problem. Yeah, we can't really drive home on this flat tire. We must have driven over a nail or something because it was just so flat. Like, it was just, there was no air left in it, basically. Which kind of explained why I was smelling burning rubber on the way to Walmart. But yeah, so yeah, the tire's flat. So we go into Culver's, and we're like, okay, we're in a bit of a predicament. We order some food, and we're thinking, like, we're gonna have to probably call, like, I don't know, until this day, I didn't know how to replace a flat tire because I've never ever had a flat tire before, like, and I just assumed when the time came around I would Google it, but we were in a Culver's parking lot at night on the weeknight, and it was kind of inconvenient. But now I'm thinking like we should call like Allstate roadside assistance, but then I'm thinking like they'll probably take like 3.5 hours to get here, and by that time it'll be like 11 or something on a weeknight. That's a bit of, I'd rather not. And I'm thinking that we're gonna Google it because that's my favorite thing to do in a predicament. I'm YouTubing it is just like my favorite thing ever. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe we can YouTube it or something. But we order the food, and we're going to go sit down and think about something, like some sort of solution. And then, towards the back of the Culver's, this is a pretty small Culver's, so, like, if you see someone there's no avoiding it. And by the way, the awesome thing about my glasses is I don't wear them all the time. So like if I see someone in public that I know, but I don't want to have a conversation with, I can just put on the glasses and they probably won't recognize me, which is awesome. But that thought didn't occur to me in this specific situation. So we're going to the back of the Culvers, and we're going to sit down. And then who do I see in the back booth, little corner booth of the Culvers? None other than my accounting teacher. And he's with all his family and stuff. And I'm like, oh, seeing, this is gonna be fun. So of course, we go and sit like in a couple booths over, even though there's like no one in the Culvers. There's like 5 people in total. And oh shoot, one sec, I gotta go let my dog out. Okay, but as I was saying, so yeah, of course we like sit right next to him, so there's no avoiding it. So I'm just like, well, we're not gonna use his real name, obviously. So I'll just call him like Mr. Jonathan. So I'm like, I go back, I'm like, hi, Mr. Jonathan, and then he's like, hello, Evan, and then he's like, oh, eventually we like talk for a little bit. He's like, oh, what's the predicament? And I'm like, oh, yeah, our car seems to have gotten a flat tire, so we're here at the Culvers for like the next 50 hours. He's like, and then he's like, okay, that is no problem. I can fix it. I can come outside right now. It's like 20 degrees out. Nobody has a coat. It's raining pretty hard. He's like, I'll come outside and I'll fix it. I'm like, you don't have to do that. There's always YouTube. And he's like, no, I'll fix it. And it's really weird just because like he's the accounting teacher. Like all we do is like Microsoft Excel in his class. He's always super strict and stuff. And then he's like, okay, here we go. So we go outside, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to tell this story to everyone. To my friends, because they all know him. He's kind of one of the more strict teachers that not everyone's really friends with. But so we go outside of the parking lot, and he's like, okay. And I'm like, okay, just for the record, I've never, fixed a flat tire before. And he's like, oh, that's all right. I've been fixing them for a while now. And I feel like I don't know how good of an impression that is, but it doesn't matter, because you know him anyway. Unless for some reason people from my school watch my YouTube, which I really sincerely hope that no one knows about it. But, yeah, so we go outside of the parking lot, and it's raining pretty hard, and by pretty hard I mean like it's raining, and it's pretty cold out, and we're both in like short sleeve shirts, because of course we didn't plan on going outside other than, at all. So we get there, and our car's full of groceries because we were just at Walmart, so he's looking for the spare tire in our car, and which to be honest, I didn't even know where it was. And I moved all the groceries to the front, and it turns out it was like in the back under. You have to lift up something. So we lifted up. We got out like the spare donut or whatever it's called. And then he goes into like full on teacher mode. And he starts teaching me like how to fix a flat tire, which was actually really good to know. So I'm actually pretty glad about that. But it's like, okay, now this is the car jack, and we're gonna use this, and we have this little thing here that's used to twist the car jack. So he the parking lot's like pretty wet, but he just gets down on his back and like goes under the car. And to find a spot to put this car jack, which at the time I hardly even knew what it was. And then he gets it, and then he's like, okay, and then he's like, let's see if I'm just making sure I'm satisfied with the car jack. And this whole time I'm just like standing there like, can I help you? And he's like, no, this is fine, it's fine. And then he's like, I'm not comfortable with where I put the car jack, because if you put it on the plastic, it'll break the car. I'm like, okay, well, let's not do that. So he's like, all right, and then he fixes it, and he's like, all right, I'm satisfied. So he's got the car jack in position and stuff. And this whole time, I'm just feeling completely useless. I'm trying to help any way I can, but there's not a whole lot that I can do. And so he gets out the little spinny thing. I don't know what it's called, but he starts spinning the car jack, and, you have to prop the car up so that the wheel can come off. So he's doing that, and he's just standing there. I'm just sitting there, like, with the flashlight on my phone because it's dark out and raining. I'm just, like, standing there trying not to give any sign that I'm freezing cold, because apparently everyone else just is used to this in Wisconsin. So yeah, I got my flashlight phone, I got my phone flashlight on. He's fixing it up, and then it's like halfway. The vehicle's like halfway raised up to the point where it needs to be, and he can't get it to go any higher really because of the thing. It's kind of crappy, the thing that comes with it. So he decides he needs a wrench, and of course, being as prepared as I am, I don't have a wrench in my car, and no one seems to have a wrench. And then so this old guy with this giant pickup truck that's parked right next to me, he comes and he comes and gets in his car. So my teacher, Mr. Jonathan, goes over and he's like, sorry to bother you. Do you happen to have a wrench? And the guy's like, no, I don't got no wrench. And he's like, well, I just assume, the person with the pickup truck, might have, the big red pickup truck might have a wrench on him. And he's like, well, nope, sorry, man, sorry to disappoint. And then, so that guy didn't have a wrench. So we're kind of stuck now out here in the rain with no idea what to do. And then this other lady comes out with, like, 2 small children who are just running around the parking lot. And then she comes up to us and she's like, are you trying to get hit by a car? And I thought she was talking to us at first. So I was like, no, we're just fixing a flat tire. And she's like, oh, no, I was talking to my boys. And I was like, oh, okay, then that's awkward. But, so yeah, we asked her if she has a wrench. Of course she doesn't have a wrench. So we don't really know what to do. And then eventually Mr. Johanathan realizes that, like, there's a third thing. There's a third little bar that comes with this set of random tools used for the car jack that you can actually use as, like, kind of a wrench mechanic type thing. So he does that, and then we continue to prop the car up, and then it gets propped up it gets propped up high enough so we can take the tire off, at which point I can actually sort of help, because, taking the tire off isn't really that complicated. And then we take that old tire off, we put the new tire back on. This whole time he's, like, in teacher mode, teaching me each thing, and I'm trying to, like, kind of understand it. It's not that complicated, it's not really that hard, but yeah, it was freezing. I was kind of distracted, and then he, we got the old tire. We just took it out of the back. We just put it on, put the old tire in the back of the car, and then that was pretty much it. And it took like a good, I want to say this was like 20 to 25 minutes probably that this took, and that's 20 to 30 minutes in the freezing cold, pouring rain and he just came out there and did it. And I was just like, it was just one of those moments where it's like faith in humanity restored, even though, like, I don't know. And then this was like the weekend, or coming up to the weekend before finals too, so I kind of hoping that I do well on this accounting final, which I should be probably studying for right now. But I don't know, that was just the weirdest thing, and I'm trying to think of like a moral of the story, but it was just such a funny thing. At the end we like go inside, and he's like all dirty because the parking lot and stuff. He's got like his hands are all black and everything. I just come in like. You can tell I hardly did anything because I have like no black on my hands or anything. I'm just like, all I did was pretty much hold the flashlight the whole time. So yeah, that was fun. But yeah, shout out to you, Mr. Johanathan, if you're watching this. Maybe someone from my school is watching this. I think if we did the calculations, there's like a 0.0001 chance. If I have around 2,000 subscribers and there's X amount of people in the United States, there's a chance. There's a chance that someone from my school watched this video. But yeah, that was that. I thought that was just, I don't know, good life lesson. And I was like that, and I was just like, I felt kind of bad because like anyone would feel bad. I didn't really help at all. So I'm like, okay, Mr. Johanathan, let me know if there's, like, any way I can, repay you for this. And then there's like, just pay it forward. Except he didn't really say it like that. He was more like, just pay it forward. And I was like, okay, then, yeah, thanks. Like, I'll try to do well on the accounting final. I don't know how else I can repay you. But yeah, that was the time that my accounting teacher taught me how to fix a flat tire. Nice practical knowledge, with the accounting teacher there. That was fun though. That was a good times. I tried to take a picture so I could prove to my friends that it actually happened, but I couldn't because the flashlight would go off when I opened up my camera, and then I'd have to put it back on. So I didn't get a picture, which I'm kind of sad about. But that was just the funniest experience ever. Actually, I've had a couple more experiences that were probably funnier, but that was the experience. Okay, and then I went inside and ate my cold little cheeseburger. And then my mom was like, how did it go, Evan? And I was like, it was good. I learned some things. But yeah, so, I think I wouldn't say that I could completely replace a flat tire just on the spot right now. But I definitely, I think, if you gave me 3 or 4 or 5 hours, I could probably do it. That's actually probably true. It probably would take me like a few hours, not gonna lie. But, yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna try not to talk too long because I'm coming up on like 14 minutes now and I only have like 15 minutes of gameplay, so I'm gonna have to stop talking soon. Let me know if you like this video. Don't worry, I'm not just gonna tell stories on this channel. That's not what it's gonna become. But I just thought, every once in a while, a nice bedtime story can't hurt anyone. People like listening to stories, like I said. But yeah. I'll see you guys in the next video, which I'm not sure what that will be, but I'll see you in it. Until next time, goodbye.